Hello, welcome back to Between the Realms, or welcome for the first time if this is the initial video you've come to of this series. I'm Carol Omar Behan, welcoming you as well to Light Spring Glen. And in the Between the Realms concept, we are literally on the edge of the pond. In this place, I often come to greet the day. The sun is behind the camera phone taking this video in, and across the pond is the east. So we'll be talking about those directions as I share the practice with you I wanted to focus on in this video. Saying a little bit about the fact that for those of you who do follow these videos, and they have been, they began in January on the new moon, and my concept of them, Earth Lover and Earth Pilgrim that I know myself to be, was to offer people opportunities to learn more about their own connection to Gaia, to our beautiful Earth home. There's a spelling out of all that a little bit in the home page of this channel in that section called About. So you can see what I began with the expectation and goal of what these videos would become and would offer. And we came along we are now halfway through the year, and in the seasonal wheel of the year, we've come out of winter into spring, and mid-July we are a couple of weeks now past solstice and well into summer. All of us in our year 2020, what we thought of it as it began, we could not have anticipated the challenges that were awaiting us, in which we are now immersed, which we are now making our way through. It explains a little bit why the gap in what had become weekly videos, in that after solstice and the powerful energies of that for me, and other things that were just kind of rocking and rolling for me, I knew I needed to take a little bit of a break. Quickly, to simply say, again, for those of you who are more regular viewers, I hope this finds you well and holding up, or however it is. What I saw very clearly by the end of March, beginning of April, that I should offer weekly videos, and I began to develop a series. Spirit has been guiding me, my guides of various sorts, angelic and earth-focused guides, earth-focused guides, I'm missing a word there, but the guides with who I travel with in this earth pilgrimage that I'm on, certainly were suggesting to me that I offer practices that people might find of use, of ways to help navigate these times. So you will find, if you look through the listing of the videos, there are several around this spiritual self-care, this physical self-care, because our connection to Mother Earth is really both, and mental. It covers all, body, mind, and spirit. So you will find a grounding practice video. You will find creating an altar. What's the one? Oh, calling upon and seeking our allies and our guides. The one I'm offering to you today is a practice with which to welcome the day, to, what does this say? To welcome the break of day. And I'm stumbling around a little bit because I had a whole other video worth of this that I became not too happy with, and so I'm coming back to this here. But you will find a title of this, and it is for the break of day, a ceremony for the break of day. I think I found my way back to it. So, without too much further ado, I want to bring us into that as well. There, the break of day is whenever you are beginning your day. It does not have to be dawn, although that's a fabulous time. And I had quite a bird video bombing the last one, and I'm thinking one is, oh, and it's right above us. We tend to attract interested animal friends, and I'm sure the frogs will have something to say too. Um, uh, and they throw me right off my train of thought. But the dawn of the day, and if you're not a morning person, this might be a big ask, but it is. And in the summer, light comes up really, really early. But it is a fabulous time of day. And if you're a person who shares home space with other people, it might be the quiet time. It might be the time of day when you can find quiet to do such things as this. I'm mindful as you look over my shoulder, and I'm just going to detour a tiny bit on what I say to say how blessed we have been with rains after a long, dry, and often hot June. So we are all green world dwellers, gardeners, farmers, me, you possibly, if rains have recently visited you again, celebrating this lushness. So, and the pond itself has come up again once more. I have a story about the pond, which I will see if maybe another video would be a good place for that. And last but not least, in one of the very first videos, as we were beginning the year before any of this found us, of the pandemic and the work on behalf of Black Lives Matter, and so much that we are addressing our energy and focus and passion to. I suggested this might be the year to make a tree friend and it as your ally and companion for the year. And if you have been doing this, I think you've found I'm sure you have found yourself a fabulous ally and companion for this year. So this is in keeping with that whole series. And I'm sharing things which I do just about every day because I need this grounding and gearing into my everyday as much as any of us. Though we might be urban dwellers or suburban dwellers, somewhere in our past, in our lineage, we were all dwellers of a tribal nature. We lived close to the earth. And I won't wax eloquent about that. I've done so in other times. But as you begin to practice more of these things, you may find not only is it bringing you help in your daily journey, but that there is something tingling of a memory, and that could well happen. And I hear that there's a crow. We have a lovely family here who, they often have something to say, come to think of it. So enjoy, and the sun going down in the west. So that's kind of where I get a spotlight now and then. So I like that as well. Okay. So I encourage you to give this a try in whatever way it's always to me a question, or rather a suggestion of trying something a good half dozen times and seeing how the effective it is. The directions of east, south, west, north, Native American and Celtic, hello, are my spiritual and cultural lineage, and so they are very familiar to me. I want to point out one thing in case you've been part of things where the directions are called, that east and west may sound a little off to you, and I'll tell you what it is. Yeah, I think they're coaching me in something, but they will come in at the direction of the west. Is that I studied for a while as I was learning more about earth energies and earth practices and ceremony. I read the material. I have a beautiful book by Starhawk. She explained that east and west, which are air or water, can be whatever fits into the landscape of where you are. So you will hear me that when I call east, I am honoring the energies of water, because here we are, and we're facing east, gesturing back there to the pond. The water flows into Light Spring Glen from the east. And so when I all hail powers of the east, spirits of water, that is my that is what I'm honoring when I call east. And west then is air, which is the direction of the flow of the air, of the storms, and of the cloud-bearing winds, for the most part, flowing from west to east. So sometimes that seems a bit off. I will be sharing with you my what it is that I speak to each of these directions. I have developed what I wished for each one, other than what the element is itself, as I have studied some, and you could find more information on the internet. What are the qualities of the east, the south, the west, the north, and find what works and resonates with you and make it your own. It is, for me, really simple, other than honoring the start of the day, is that we're locating ourselves. I'm locating myself in the landscape, feeling my connection to Mother Earth, and just reactivating that. It also gives me a structure. It puts me in place. And that is really a fabulous, kind of bolsters me. It gives me a place with which to start the day. So that is all bit of the background. If there's more things that I think might be helpful, I will include them in the notes. So if the crows will let me get a word in edgewise. Maybe what I'm going to be doing now is calling the directions. And I won't try to pivot around. I'm going to leave the camera angle where it is and try to lean back a little bit. And maybe a brief sign off at the end, but I'll try to keep it simple and short, because that last video, which I did and I abandoned pretty much, I haven't deleted it yet, so I think this is the one that's going to get airplay. You are to look there. Well, sorry. I wanted to say to you, thank you again for tuning in. Thank you for liking the video as you watch it, for sharing it, and for subscribing. It's been, it's a crow, not an audience, it's a crow director. I don't know if you saw it fly up. Oh my goodness. It's good to have laughs as we can have them here. Anyway, to kind of hurry myself along. Thanks so much for the support of this channel. There will be a video coming next week. I may have more to say about the rest of the world, but for now, sharing this practice with you of ceremony to greet the day and the break of day, locating ourselves in the landscape. You will hear each time an archangel's name and what has come to me of the divine feminine aspects, goddesses who represent and are, for me, important in that direction. Whatever it is, so I'm trying not to interrupt myself too much, that as you come to each direction, just take note for a while as you do this. What comes to mind? What would you like to say further? Thanking this beautiful energetic force and Mother Earth. I also often combine this with the grounding practice of connecting earth to sky and sky to earth, and that I am these are the standing ones, all of these beautiful trees, and we are the dancing ones. So I often make time to do both, and then if there's any leftover time energy, right where we are here in this video, I will do some Tai Chi right here beside the pond. Okay, so thank you very much. A little slurp of water. Oh my gosh, last but not least, find out about the comet Neowise. The comet Neowise is visiting us, and I've gotten goosebumps. I'm so glad I fit this into this video. Check it out. There are pictures on Answering Avalon's Call. and also on my personal page if you're connected with me that way. And it's visible now, this beautiful comet, Neowise, not long after dusk settles in. So we have ourselves an extra cosmic ally. Okay. So in the morning, at the break of your day, find yourself, if at all possible, outside. And you are likely to know where it is the sun rises, and that's where you start. That's where you start. All hail, powers of the east, spirits of the dawn, spirits of the waters. Mikhail, Oshun, Yamanya, Kuan Yin, Coventina. Beautiful beings of the waters of Light Spring Glen, most marvelous undines. Your gifts of song and flow, refreshment and delight. Greet me this day anew. I give thanks for these marvelous, endless, flowing gifts. Receiving this in this now and weaving this mystery, magic marvel into this day's dance. Only a minor distraction. So then a turn to the right, and which I won't be doing, I'll just be saying this. Spirit of the fire. All hail, powers of the south, spirits of the fire. Urielle, Hestia, Bridget, Bright Arrow, Magnificent Sekhmet, Dragons of the fire. Grandfather Sun, Grandmother Moon, day-blind stars waiting with your light. I give thanks for these gifts of fuel and illumination, feeding my heart's fire with this mystery magic marvel. I celebrate these gifts, receive them with gratitude in this now, and weave all into this day's dance. A turn to the west, still a bit of, well, catching a little of the sun for myself, so I'm here. All hail, powers of the west, spirits of the air. Raphael, Mercury, Zephyrus. Beautiful sylphs. Sylphs and undines are the Celtic energies of water and air. Beautiful sylphs, beautiful ones of the wing. All of the marvelous birds of Light Spring Glen, giving thanks for their presence, their home here amongst us in this season, and all the other ones of the wing. I give thanks for my own winged spirit, and with gratitude and joy, receive these dancing gifts and rise with delight into this day's dance. I'm facing north as I say this last one, so turning to the north. And even if in your space you are now facing a wall, just picture whatever beauty of the earth and of the north is the nearest to you, or say a mountain or a hillside, or whatever comes to mind of the north. I am blessed by all of this. The hill of Richardson Hill that rises beyond my neighbor's house. And say, all hail, powers of the north, spirits of the earth, Gaia, Donna, Rhiannon, Gabriel, beautiful ones of Light Spring Glens, wooded realms, stone people, standing ones, this beautiful mossy earth on which I stand. The elementals who dwell amongst the trees and amongst these hills, I give thanks for your shy but very definite presence here to me. And I give thanks for this earth home and my connection to you, most marvelous mother. beautiful Gaia. I give thanks for the grounding that I know myself to have. Celebrate its mystery, magic, marvel in this now, and weave all into this day's dance. I am blessed by your presence in this video and by your own seeking. Thank you for sharing this particular time frame with me this time, and for returning, for being here at Light Spring Glen with me in these minutes. Take good care. We are getting through this together. It is our hearts that are joined. It is the love that we're bringing to all that we're doing in whatever way we can. And I give thanks to be in connection with you, as is true in this moment, in this now. Take good care. I will be seeing you again in the not too distant future. Bye for now.